Tell me about the letter, because I don't know what people are saying about the letter.
Okay, here's the actual letter.
I haven't heard anything about, like, I heard about it, but I didn't read any of it.
It's pretty long.
It's long.
I'm not going to do it.
I'll summarize it.
Yeah.
I'll summarize it.
Rob, can you put it on ChatGPT and say, summarize what's in the letter?
Sure.
Thank you.
And I'll do my best. Dear Mr. Prime Minister, I'm your friend. I want the best for you. I'll always be by your side. At the same time, here's a few suggestions that I would recommend to win the hearts and minds of people to come on your side.
Which is the right way to write a letter.
Yes, you're losing the PR war because TikTok, owned by China, and the youth is following the lead of the Gays for Gaza Brigade and the Free Palestine Brigade, and the TikTok owns our youth. Here's my suggestion to combat what we're seeing. I'm here for you. I want to be your friend. Allow me to help you. Here's my suggestions. It came as a friend.
Here, let me read it. Kirk from his letter
yes.
comes from a place of deep love for Israel. Jewish people expresses alarm over rising anti-Israel, anti-Semitic numbers. Okay, got it. His core argument is that Israel will lose an information war, especially online, which he warns will erode political and military support for U.S. He states that this negative message flows downstream from social media to campuses to even conservative circles. Kirk recounts how during the campus speaking towards a large share of the questions he received are hostile towards Israel, apartheid, ethnic cleansings, subsidizing genocide. He notes that sometimes he feels like he ends up defending Israel more vehemently than the Israeli government itself on those fronts. Criticism Israel's. He takes issues with Israel relying heavily on surrogates and non-Israels to defend its narrative. He criticized the style of Israel's public diplomacy, press briefings, and spokespeople that seem outdated and passive, standing at a dimly lit podium reminiscent of 1970s news coverage. Interesting, very detailed. He gives a 7-point proposal: build a rapid response media communications team, a political campaign. Okay, create an Israel Truth Network, and central hub platform for debunking misinformation, aggressive pro-Israel content, and coordinating with influencers, educators, and social media voices. Okay, go a little bit higher, Rob. Sending release hostages on a U.S. speaking tour. Interesting. Promote Israel's everyday life stories, interviewing ordinary Israelis, Jews, Arabs, secular religious about what they love about Israel and responding to misinformation directly. Framing the Israel narrative more like a political campaign. Defining Israel's identity proactively, responding to attacks, deploying surrogates, and building a first-person voice for Israel in English, more clearly articulating the Iranian threat and Israel position to skeptical younger audience, and targeting younger community, recruit more staff in their 20s, 30s. Let me tell you, this is why I miss the guy. Are you freaking kidding me? Like, this is why I loved Charlie Kirk. Like, this is diplomacy. You know, he's telling you, I'm talking to kids, and they're not siding with you. But here's my suggestion to you. And he didn't do this publicly to get credit for it.
Yep.
He had to get killed for us to read this. What I take away from this has nothing to do with Israel, has nothing to do with kids. It has to do with how special of a guy this guy was.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It upsets the hell out of me that we lost this guy. The more I hear stories like this, this guy was truly a synergists get killed, man. It's unfortunate. Synergist, you know, is a very tough job to have, because when you're a synergist, you know what you're trying to do? You're in the middle telling both sides your shit stinks. Yeah. And guess who likes you? Both sides end up hating you because you're willing to stand up and say, relax, pump the brakes. Like, I'm giving sincere feedback. And you take a guy out like this that his influence was growing exponentially. Anyways, what were you gonna make a point with this letter, because we didn't address it? Or
the whole concept of what we're talking about is Charlie Kirk. It was, you know, people have used Charlie Kirk's death to gain eyeballs and followers and promote their own opinions and their own agenda. And you know exactly who I'm talking about. But the reality is this letter of Charlie Kirk denouncing Israel is anything but that.
I want to say something on that. Let me say something on that.
Sure.
Let me say something on that. And I'm not one that is uncomfortable in any of these situations. This is what I'll tell you. If we follow Hanlon's razor, okay, you have to follow it for people you like and people you don't like. Mm-hmm. Hanlon's razor is never attributed malice, that which is adequately explained by stupidity or what? It encourages people to consider less malevolent, more mundane explanations such as incompetence, error, or lack of information before assuming someone acted with bad intentions. There's also a quote in this by Napoleon, which I'll read. A lot of time people give credit to this quote to Napoleon. Here's what Napoleon once said. Napoleon once said, I want to read this to you. Never ascribe to malice that which is adequately explained by incompetence. And Goethe, if I'm saying it correctly, old guy that would write plays from 1774, in one of the plays he wrote, it said the following: misunderstanding and neglect create more confusion in the world than deceit and malice. Let me read it again. Misunderstanding and neglect create more confusion in the world than deceit and malice. Misunderstanding and neglect. It's a misunderstanding. It's a neglect more than deceit and malice. A part of what you're saying right now is to say that they're using this to make money. I don't know. I mean, somebody could honestly say, you guys have done 20 clips on Charlie Kirk, and they could actually make the argument about that. We have. And our AdSense is on. So what are people going to say? We're not doing this and we're not doing this? You're running a business, and you're talking about the story. And you're doing whatever questioning you may have on this. Where I will tell you with this on where I'm at today, personally, and I want to transition out of this because I didn't mean to I wasn't planning on going into reading this letter. I've not even read this. I just know there was a letter. I hadn't read the whole thing. For the first time I read the 7 points that he had, is the following. I have no problem with anybody questioning on what happened here. No problem. Even if you get paid, I have no problem. What upsets me is federal employees whose job is you get paid to question who has access to the information. Why are you not? That's where I'm at. The problem I had at the beginning was jump into conclusion that Israel's behind it. That's Hanlon's razor. That's lack of, you just want to find somebody to blame because it validates your argument. We don't need that. That's divisive. That's what gets even more. But what I kind of want to know is, this guy was good for America, the country I live in, with raising 4 kids. Mm-hmm. Selfishly, I wanted Charlie to live to 95 years old because I got 4 kids. Selfishly, you need more brave men like this. We lost one of the most important guys in the future. Now, don't get me wrong. This is not like it's the end of the world. Let's sit there and we're not going to be able to figure out. Leaders step up. We're going to step up and do our part. I'm not sitting here worried about it. Neither should you. God is on our side. We're going to figure this thing out collectively together. But I don't mind if somebody who gets paid to do a podcast asks some questions who federal employees don't want to ask. And whether you like or don't like that individual, ask away.
Oh, Pat, I'm with you, but there's a big distinction here, in my opinion. We've talked about how many times when you have an opinion, you say the following: here's what I think. This is my opinion. I could be wrong, but this is what I think. I have no problem with anybody, literally
versus
anybody asking questions.
This is what happens.
There's a difference between a question, my opinion,
that's fair,
and then facts, and then I have the receipts. Trust me, bro, and you're literally lying. So we have to call out bullshit
you know what I
when
think
we
it
see
is?
it.
You know what I think it is? Here's what I think. I think you make a very good point when somebody comes out and says, what? I know exactly what happened without showing the receipts. Very annoying.
Yeah.
Very annoying, and you lose credibility with that.
You gaslight everybody.
And sometimes, sometimes there is that, what's the word, in media where you have...
journalistic integrity?
No, it's not journalistic integrity. Where you are tempted to be the first to be like, you got it.
Breaking news,
because it brings so much eyeballs.
Of course.
But dude, if you were wrong, man, let me tell you, we're on a flight back. I don't know what flight. I'm on a flight back yesterday, and we're talking about somebody in business. And I always ask this question. I used to ask this question on PHP 20 years ago, 15 years ago. I used to say, who do you think is going to be the biggest player 10 years from now in the company? And I'll never forget one time we're at this event at Palm Springs, Las Vegas, July 15th of 2009. July 15th of 2009. And this one girl gets up on stage who was at our Arizona office. She gets up on stage. She hands this gift to me. It was a TSP gift with pictures and everything in it and things written by her. She's on stage crying for 5-10 minutes on how much I've changed her life. And we're outside my office in Northridge, and we're walking. And I'm asking a question, who's going to be the player top? On everybody's list, she was on the list. You know what she did a month later? Left, took business, talked trash, and we had the best relationship together.
Wow.
I was good with her boyfriend at the time, her fiance. We'd go to church. We introduced her to the church that we go to. Phenomenal. Like overnight, this happens because another guy got in her ear, and overnight, this happened. What's the point here? Dude, we have no idea what's going to happen with these stories in another 12, 24, 36 months. You have no idea who's going to be in business 5, 10 years from now. You have no idea what's going to happen with business. You hear a lot of different people. Mm-hmm. But in the interim today, I have no problem with anybody that's questioning anything. I will say, pump the brakes of jumping to conclusion that you know for a fact what happened. You lose credibility when you do that. Fair point there. But I have no problem with anybody that's questioning things today. Last night was a great night. The Yankees beat the Red Sox, okay? Notice one person not clapping, okay? And that is none other than Tom Ellsworth. Yeah. So here's what we want to do with you. Here's what, look at that. Look at the hater look.
Look at that look.
Zoom in on his face. By the way, I want people, can you zoom in on his face, Jake?
Himself.
Zoom in on his face
stop smiling.
and tell me, everybody in the group text last night was texting back except for one guy. And the one guy who didn't respond back was this guy. He says he doesn't have hate towards the Yankees. Mm-hmm. I believe he does. Having said that, the pitcher of the Yankees yesterday pitched a
lights out
12 strike. You know, he hasn't pitched a 12 strikeout. Not in the minor leagues. This is the first time he does it. Lights out, great stuff. But here's what we like to see.
Schlittler.
For some of you guys that are Dodger fans, you're from LA, and you're on Tom's side. We got the Dodger Blue Future Looks Bright hat.
Look at
Check this
that.
out. Look at the timing of it.
Boom.
What a sick hat that is. By the way, whether you're a Dodgers fan or not, that is a legit one of the sickest blue-colored Future Looks Bright hat we have. But if you're a Yankees fan, folks, we also got the Yankees hat. The navy blue Future Looks Bright hat. So here's a contest we're going to be playing. We're going to be watching to see which of these two is going to get more love. Now,
Come on, Yankees.
Tom was upset because Tom said people in L.A. are sleeping, Pat. Yankees fans are up.
Yeah, we are.
But listen, California is one of the biggest viewers of the podcast. So, Rob, we have to find a way to put the links of both hats there. Folks, if you're searching it, you could put Navy hat. It'll come up. And what's the other hat's title if somebody is searching it so they want to find it? It's Royal hat.
It is a
you
sick
type in
color.
Royal, but both hats are sick.
Are there
But
other colors?
Maybe you're somebody that's kind of like, you know, you're neither Yankees or the Dodgers. Some of you guys may be watching as you're Pirates. You're ready to go after the ump. Some of you guys are like, where's that ump? Give me the ump. I want to go find that man. I want to go chase that man. I don't know if we got saw it or not. They were chasing. Did you see that afterward? Oh, my God.
They chased the ump.
They're holding the Pirates players back from destroying this ump.
Oh, man.
Because of a couple bad pitches that they had. Cubs
they get
obviously won.
elimination?
Yeah, it's done, guys. So
Next year
Yankees
it's a
made it.
robot.
Yeah,
that's true.
Well, we're going to see what's going to happen. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.